Hi, Justin here from Kombative Martial Arts, coming to you for I'm actually at the new Floral Park School, and I'm going to do another leadership lesson, and it's all about making the call. Now, I discovered this when I'm cleaning my schools. I discovered this. Okay, so every Tuesday I clean both my schools. I vacuum them down, I pull out my mop, I scrub down the floor, the whole 9 yards. I give my school a washing every Tuesday. And what I've come to realize is that by doing this, I actually started making a call. Now, you can make this call when you're doing maybe walking, you could do it when you're running, you're praying if you're a religious person. You know, you'll figure out when to make the call, but you'll make the call. Now you're thinking, well, Justin, what is this call? Well, this call is a play on words, on the word call, okay? So let's start with the first one, C, clear your mind. Now, as we know, we can only do one thing at a time, right? Our mind can only focus on one thing at a time. So what allows us to do two things at a time? Focusing with our mind is one, and muscle memory is with another. That's why we can run and think. That's why we can walk and think. That's why you can go for a drive and, and brainstorm and think. Could you imagine if you had to run, think about running, and then think about whatever it is that you want to think about? Your body wouldn't be able to handle. You crash right into a telephone pole. So we have to clear our mind. That is the first thing we have to do. And the best way to clear your mind is by doing something that you don't have to think about. Like for me, it's cleaning the school, or when I go rucking for exercise, right? It's very easy for me to do it. I don't have to think, and it allows me to clear my mind. It allows me to be internal, inside, because that's where all the anxiety is. Because for me, I get anxiety. And I've come to realize that my anxiety is because my body's trying to tell me there's something wrong. So now you have to do the second step, which is A, ask. Ask yourself what's wrong. What's wrong? And when you ask yourself what's wrong, listen. That's the third one. But when you ask yourself, you are now turning inward. And I want you to focus on your feelings. I want you to focus on, that anxiety. And I want you to calm your mind down. And let your body tell you what's wrong. And how do you do this? By listening to yourself. Okay? So we are clearing our mind by using a task, very simple task that we know how to do a million times. We don't have to focus on it. We've done it so many times that you can do it with your eyes shut. Whether it's a prayer, whether it's cleaning, whether it's running, walking, going for a drive, whatever it may be. But find a way to clear your mind. Then ask yourself, what's wrong? Turn inward. And then the third step is what? Listen. Listen to what your body is telling you. And if you truly listen to yourself, your body will tell you what is wrong. Because that's something about our body. It will never lie to us. Lying is a conscious choice. You decide to lie, or I decide to lie, or Bob or Mary decides to lie. But your body doesn't lie. You decide to lie. Your body will always tell you the truth because that's how it works. So if you clear your mind, you ask what's wrong, you listen to your body, you listen to your insides, it will tell you through feelings and through emotion what is really bothering you. And then you learn. Now, how we learn. Now I'm going to tell you this. You're not going to get the answers to what's bothering you. You will find out what's bothering you, but you won't be like, oh, that's what I have to do. That's the answer. It's not going to come out like that. When you listen to yourself, have a notepad nearby. Now, don't do this when you're driving because you'll crash, okay? You can think when you're driving, but don't write down when you're driving, okay? Just a quick note, side note, don't do this when you're driving. Have a notepad near you and listen and learn, right? Learn from your body and start jotting down the ideas that are coming to you. Now, I want you to listen to me carefully. Those ideas that are coming to you, when you implement them, can solve what's bothering you. Okay? So in a way, your body is a source of wealth, right? And it's trying to talk to you. It's trying to say, hey, Justin, this is what we need to do. We need to solve this problem. Here are some ideas. Now, once those ideas come, it's up to you, it's up to me to consciously implement those ideas to solve the problem so that our anxiety, our worry, our whatever is bothering us goes away. It goes down. And that's what this call is all about. Okay, so you want to make this call. You want to make this. And the beauty about this, you can make this call as many times as you want. That's why, I'll tell my team, hey guys, leave me alone. I gotta make a call. They know exactly what I'm talking about when I say I gotta make a call. They know what I'm talking about. Okay, if something's really bothering me, I want to be left alone. I gotta make a call. But like I said before, 99.9% of the time, I make my calls when I'm cleaning my schools. Why? Because I like to be in my schools when I make the call. Why? Because most of the things that are bothering me have to do with the business, has to do with my school. So what better place to be to make a call than the place where the problem is, right? I remember there was this scene in, it was Searching for Bobby Fischer. It's a movie about chess. And Bobby Fischer is this so-called, was a brilliant, I believe he was a brilliant chess player. But the movie is about a boy who happened to become a brilliant chess player. It's not Bobby Fischer, but it's just another boy. And there's this one scene in the movie where the boy is learning from a chess master how to play, and the chess master basically looks at him and is like, can you see the move? And he's looking at the board and he's like, I can't see the move. And then he goes whack and knocks all the pieces off the board, and it's completely, now they're all on the floor and the board's completely empty. And he looks at the boy and says, can you see it now? And in a way, that's what we have to do. We have to clear our mind. We have to clear everything so that we can figure out our solution. We can figure out what's bothering us, right? We got to clear that board. And for me, when I have something that's, I can't figure out or whatnot, when it comes to the business, where am I going to go? I'm going to go into my school when nobody's there, when it's just empty. And that's why I do this. I make this call every time when I'm cleaning my school, mopping and scrubbing it down, because I make the call then, because nobody's there. In a way, I can see in my head clear. I can see all my students. I can see what they're doing, how they're working, and boom, ideas start coming to me. And I start writing the ideas down because I understand what problem I need to solve. So this is what making the call is all about. Now you guys can do this. Very simple. And I hate to say it, but it took me a long time to figure this out. But once when I figured it out, I can tell you this, I never stopped. I do it every week. And there's times I do it multiple times because you know what? There's times when you have really, stressful days or whatnot. So if you have stressful days, and that stress isn't leaving, it's it's a couple of days, make the call. Because that's your body trying to tell you, dude, there's something going on. There's something wrong. We got to fix it. Like we're not settled. Make the call. Do your thing, whatever activity it is that you don't have to think about. Go do it. Clear your mind. Ask what's wrong. Right? Listen. Learn. And the learning part are the ideas. Right? When we figure out what's bothering us, because your body will never lie to you. That's the beauty about this. When you guys get this down, I'm telling you, your body never lies to you. It will tell you. Right? Like if you're like, for example, if you're dating a girl or a guy and you ask yourself, do I really love him or her? And you truly listen to yourself, your body will tell you yes or no. Whether you acknowledge that is up to you. Whether you acknowledge the answers are up to you. That's what's to make this a trip. Now, right? So when we acknowledge what that answer is, right? When we acknowledge what's bothering us, then we gotta listen. We gotta listen to our body because it's gonna start spitting out ideas one after the other, and then it's up to us to make that conscious choice to implement those ideas so that we can solve the problem. And this is what the call is all about. So I challenge you guys, make the call. I call it my cleaning call. I do it every Tuesday, and I do my rucking call. I'll do it when I ruck. Okay? How do you make the call? Are you making the call when you're running? Are you making the call when you're cooking? Are you making the call when you're praying? How are you making your call? But if you guys do this and you make the call and you follow these steps, I guarantee you it's going to work. But you also have to give it time to work because we got so much stuff going on in our minds nowadays, so much technology, so much everything everywhere. There's so much white noise. You got to shut your mind down. And the easiest way to do that is to do something that you've done a bazillion times where you don't have to think about it and you can just shut down and use that activity as a moment, as a time in your day to detach from the world. And when you can detach from what's bothering you, if this is what's bothering you, and it's like this, and you don't know what it is, and you detach yourself, all of a sudden you can see what's bothering you. And then when you come back down to it, you can solve it. And then it won't bother you anymore. All right? Justin here from Kombative Edge Martial Arts. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And of course, when you have to, make your call. Bye-bye.